All right, welcome to the June 29th, 2021 meeting of RCOS, our continuing journey. We do have the recording going now, so that's good. There are some interesting bits. Remember, tonight is the last night for mindful meditation. I think we had one person do it last time, if I'm not mistaken. It's a good way if you're stressed and hot and just need a mental health break. 4:30 to 5 today. Rensselaer Student Health Center will let you do will guide you through a mindful meditation. I don't know. I think that's not a bad thing. One interesting thing that happened to me this weekend was we got a new Ring security light to play with. And one of the things I noticed when I was opening it up was that it is actually has a substantial amount of open source in it. And when you're looking at open source licenses, right, what you want to do is you want to look at what you need to provide in order for to remain in compliance with the license. So when Ring is distributing its software, almost every license requires that you acknowledge any open software that you've used. So there is an open software attribution notice here, and you can go through and download the source code. I'm not completely happy with the way they do the Ring products open source attribution notices. They don't actually call out any of the projects there. It just kind of walks you around in a circle saying what they're actually doing. But if you download the source code, you find that you end up with an enormous amount of source code. This is just part of it. Everything from some of the drivers for the speakers, all the way down to, oops, sorry about that. I am not actually in a window that allows me to scroll, but all the way down through, some security stuff, glib, new utilities, etc. So they have a fairly long list of things that they actually use. One of the things that I was surprised about is they're using FFmpeg. FFmpeg is an encoder library, but it has a muddied license, but there are significant portions of it that are licensed under the GPL. So it is actually a viral license. Now there are ways to get around that by not only linking to it shared, not static, and there's some other things you can do. But it's just one of those libraries that's sometimes avoided because it is a little bit viral and a little bit contaminatory. Anyway, these are all. I think the other thing you can do is you can use FFmpeg in standalone mode, where you actually just compile the FFmpeg program and you don't link to the FFmpeg libraries. So anyway, I just found that kind of interesting. Even if you go in, if you're familiar with TiVo, TiVo also uses a lot of open source products. So it's kind of interesting to kind of explore around and see. There's the encryption stuff is in the gcrypt. Yeah, so I thought that was fun, so I figured I would share that with you. I think I didn't see Hunter on, so I'm going to just assume that Hunter's not on. And we do have RCOS merchandise on Creator Spring, Teespring. If you're interested in getting anything, again, we don't make any money off this. We put it up there to get our designs up there. You buy the shirt off of them, and there's no markup for us. The way this thing works is you can create a design and then sell the design, and you set the price you want to sell it for above the break-even point. So we have that price set at identically zero. So you're welcome to go there. You can get the merchandise. It's kind of nice, but there's no kickback. We're not making money off you. Nothing like that. All of the information on how this course is graded can be found in the syllabus, in the handbook, and we also have a quick summary version. Again, I'm running my office hours here. I haven't had a lot of requests to meet outside of these office hours, so it seems like it's working pretty good, but I'm certainly willing to make the effort if you guys need to meet at a different time, particularly if you're in a different time zone and this is kind of 1 a.m. or something like that for you. I did run rainbow grades last night. I did everything up through the last attendance, right? So everything should be up to date. That includes the licensing workshop, and it includes your first status update. Your first status update wasn't due to be marked until tonight, but the mentors got through them really fast, and that means that I could go through them and assign the final grades. So that all got done, and it's pushed out. The second status update, the one that was due last night, has not been graded yet. That's the one that's kind of out there right now. Along with this, we are pushed fairly hard to do EWSs during this semester. So some of you may have gotten EWSs. It's not really much to worry about. If you look at the points that have been used up this far in the semester, there's one status update. We're going to drop 3, I believe it is. So you haven't lost anything there. There have been 11. This is our 11th meeting. We dropped 2 automatically, and you can make up another 2 for a total of 4. Make up another 2 by doing bonus sessions for a total of 4. So no one's really in danger at this point. But if you haven't been showing up and you didn't do the first status update, I just want to remind you that this is a class. You do need to do some stuff. You do need to get prepared and participate. I think the participation grade is, if we go back to the syllabus, I believe just showing up to 20 of the 22 meetings we have is worth 10 points on your grade, and all you have to do is sit here or watch it on Venue. So it's not a big bar, and it is 10 points. Please make sure you participate. There's really no reason not to. I'm not overly concerned about anybody so far, although there is still one person out there that I'm I don't have an official word as to whether they were able to join a project or not. Please contact me as quickly as you can for that. Any questions about that? All right, so that's kind of the currency on Subidi. Again, I've been getting I've been getting requests to have grades fixed, particularly in the first couple of weeks of class. I will want to point out that if you joined class late, if you did a late add, let me know. We can adjust your attendances based on that. But otherwise, your attendance up through Friday should all be good. If it's not, let me know before this Friday, and we will try to get it fixed. All right. I'm not going to go to this, but if you have issues, everybody is out there, right? All of our projects are out there. We have 25 of them this semester, and we are right smack dab in the middle of the semester, plus or minus 1 class period. I took off all of the previous workshops from the list. We do have a bunch of them that have gone before. I believe all of them have been posted to the Discord channel. So if you need to go back and watch one of the previous workshops, please feel free to. Today we have 2. The first one is Graham. Graham's sitting right here. Do you want to say what yours is about?
Mine is about React.js, where it's going to be talking about what it is, and what you can really do with it, just the basics of everything. I guess if you want to learn more, please show up. It's going to be a good time.
All right, so hopefully you could hear that online. I think you could, but Graham just said, great workshop on React.js. You'd be a fool to miss it, I think he said, something like that. Yeah, he said it'd be a lot of fun. And React is one of those JavaScript frameworks that's actually really popular, both in RCOS and outside of RCOS in like the real world, believe it or not. I can definitely speak to the utility of going to a good workshop on React. And then James Crovo, is that the right pronunciation? Crovo is going to talk to us about Redis and NASFAC. Do you want to say something, James?
I'm going to be going over basics of Redis, its capabilities.
Redis is a database, right?
Right, it's an database approach.
Okay, so we're going to go over a database. Just I'm repeating them just in case we didn't capture this for our viewership at home. But you know, it's a database. He's going to go over. He's going to go over how he uses it in NASFAC, and hopefully you'll show them a little bit about some of your NASFAC graphs and everything, which were kind of cool as well.
I also set up a
Small demonstration, awesome. So so consider that. I think that'd be a good one, and that's 7:30 p.m. right? Yeah, okay, so it's not 7:30 a.m. tomorrow, it's 7:30 p.m., and Graham's is at 2 p.m. So you can make a day out of attending workshops. After that, Alice isn't here. She's welcome to talk if she's online, but hers isn't until 7:13, the Tuesday after break. So why don't we hold off on that one for right now, Alice? Is that okay? I'm seeing her blink, but I'm. Awesome. So yeah, we will talk about Resume 101 next week, next class, or next week. We do have class on Friday. Maybe we'll put in a blurb on Friday for it, just so that you guys are all set up before break. Seeing as this is pretty much at the end of our class time. All right, today I showed you where we were sitting. We are just on the cusp of the last day to drop classes. That's one of the reasons I needed to get the early warning EWSs out. So if you're sitting there and you say that I can't make any contributions and I can't get to class and I'm not going to do my status updates, your last day to drop is Friday. Right after that, we go into summer break. We're not going to have anything here for a week. I will not be answering email most likely. I'm going to be driving most of it. So take some time, relax, decompress. And then the only other thing is on July 30th is the last day to add or remove pass no credit designation, and that'll take us right into August 20th. We don't have a final exam, but we will ask you to give us a list of all your open source contributions at that time. In the last 2 or 3 weeks of class, we're going to go through a lot of things. You're going to give a presentation that's, I think, 15% of your grade. Generally, students do really well on that, so it's not something to be really concerned about. But we do go over that, and then we're going to ask you for a final set of your contributions and telling us what your contributions are, and our evaluation of your contributions are 50% of your grade. So there's a lot that gets evaluated over that last couple of weeks. So kind of build up to that right now. Don't wait till the last couple of weeks to try to earn 50% of your credit on open source contributions. Start contributing today. Once we get back from break, or maybe this Friday, I'll go over a little bit more, or go over again what contributions look like, and try to make sure that everybody is on the straight and narrow and knows what they're doing and how they're going to be contributing, or at least has a backup plan. Professor project meetings, I'm going to pop over there right now. This may be the one thing that I do want to get to. This was last week. You guys left it remarkably blank. We had NASFAC, and we had Poll Buddy, right? This week, come on. This week, you guys ignored yesterday. Come on. Right, you ignored yesterday, which was a big, wide open blank day. We have a bunch of presentations after this section today. I think Yax is going to be in person. Walla CodeNet's going to be in person. We'll loop Professor Makis in as well on those. And then we've got a couple that are on Discord. Tomorrow, we've got a few. I think we have 2 presentations and somebody else that wants to talk to us about an initiative on campus. Thursday, we only have 1. And then we've got a bunch right after class on Friday and 1 Friday morning. I think overall this adds up to be about 18, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 16. This adds up to be 16. That means 9 of you have yet to sign up. Okay? I can go through and find out who you are. I haven't done it yet. But make it easy on me. There's only 9 of you. Find a spot. Let's get you signed up. Don't do it tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock unless you do it right away so that I see it. But, you know, anytime after noon tomorrow is going to work. I try to stay away. I like to have about 24 hours worth of notice because I'm not monitoring this constantly. I have to remember to look at it. Come in, sign yourself up. It's low pressure. You're not gonna mess up your grade by meeting with us. It's only of benefit. So let's get this knocked out so that as we go into break, you guys all have something to work on. There's nothing hanging over our heads that we haven't finished up. We know what you're doing, and you know what you're doing. All right? Any questions about that? It's on the slides, too. Yeah, so the link to the Excel form, I posted the slides already in the summer 2021 channel. So if you just go download the slides, there's a link, and there's a link to the slides. That'll get you to all the links in the presentation, and there are also you can also pull up the QR codes. So they should all be there. One of the things that I normally do is I normally paste the link and then hyperlink the link. I don't normally give it another name like go to the React presentation. And I do that because if you guys are viewing it and all you see is that bold text, you know there's a link there, but you don't know what it is. So I like to make sure that you have as many options, even if it's typing a lot of stuff, that you can actually see what it is we're trying to do. All right. That's the professor meetings. The only other thing is we do have this nice little page about our active projects and our achievements. We are currently at 20 of 25 projects. So if you have not put your project, if you have not marked your project active, or you have not created your project, please get that done. We do want these archived. I use this as my record. It's good for students in subsequent semesters because everything's all in one place. They can restart a project that's died or that's kind of languished. I can count how many projects I have when I have to do update reports to management. I can see what you worked on when you ask me for recommendations. Never too early to start thinking about that. So please put your stuff on and please make sure you're active. If you go to RCOS.io, let me just walk you through this quickly. If you go to RCOS.io, right, and you log in, I'm not even logged in. You can come over here, you can click on the 20 active projects, and you can see that the 20 active projects are Smart Rider, because Smart comes before everything else, apparently. People are playing games with alphabetical order, just so you know. Open Circuits, Art, Auto Grading, Automatic Door Control, Dorm Design, Elira, Foundry VTT Florian Questlog, Graph, Institutor, Kind and MLX, NASFAT Client, OpenDS for All, Poll Buddy, PyClarion, Submiti, Telescope, Temperature, Walla, and YAX. Those are the projects that have registered themselves for this semester. If you're not on that list, please do it. You can come in here and say, well, once you log in, you can come in here and say, add a project. It's a real simple thing to fill out. You have to give it a name, set up a repository. Anything else is optional. We'd love to have as many things as possible, and it automatically marks you as active. If, however, you are a past project and you just want to remake yourself active, you just click on past. You will eventually come up. I don't know why this gives us issues occasionally. but it does. La da 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 da. There we go. It'll come up, you find the project you are, and you just go over here and do mark active. All right, then if you want to edit anything, you can, but at least this tells us that you're active for this semester. So again, it's really simple. There's no excuse for being 6 weeks into the semester and not having your project on RCOS. Please get it done. That is for next time. Go back to our presentation mode. All right, any questions about any of this? All right, if there are no questions, it is 1:53. This is our shortest one so far, so you guys have plenty of time to work on your projects. Let's go through and do our final little attendance code. There is the link to venue. We're in meeting 11. I don't know if that takes us directly to meeting 11 or it just takes us to venue, but we're in meeting 11. Once you get there, let's see, once you get there, you just come in and you can enter this code. Everything is slow today. All right, so you just enter this code. And you should be good. And by the way, in case, yes, oh, okay, no, you're just holding up your phone. There was one more thing that didn't make it onto interesting bits. I think you guys probably have seen it by now. But we are about to lose our president. You guys are only rising juniors mostly, I guess. So you'll get to see President Jackson leave RPI. And hopefully we'll get somebody else in who does a good job. I'm not going to make any commentary on it, but that was pretty much the biggest news of this year so far, I think, other than moving COVID testing to ECAV. So, all right. Anything else? Evan, Professor Makis, you have anything?
No, not today.
Not today? All right. I think that'll wrap us up. One thing to keep in mind is we're kind of at the point now where we're going to be doing a lot of the same things. So it would be nice to kind of bring in some people to talk about different things. If you want to do a 5-minute blurb on, you don't want to do a full workshop, but you want to do a 5-minute blurb on your project, maybe talk about, how working with an external company like IBM is. You have some interesting little tidbit that you saw. You want to talk about the MongoDB license. Any of these little external interesting bits. I would love to get some students up here talking. I would love to get, if you have somebody external working in open source or who's used open source libraries that you think would be interesting to talk to us. I've made some invitations, but I haven't had any good responses yet. I'm sure we'll get somebody in through the semester, but it would be nice to kind of, as we're going through this, have some more perspectives rather than just ending these meetings really short. So keep that in mind. We're open to you talking about your projects. I think there's some really good ones out there. We're open to talking about different experiences. Keep it in mind. Think about volunteering. Think about anybody external you would like to bring in, and we'll see who we can get to talk to us. Maybe, I think in particular, professors at RPI are probably good targets right now. So anyway, that's it. We're done. You guys can break up into your small groups and start working. Yeah, I think we have a few minutes before the meet with the professors begin. I think we have till, looks like 2:20. So you know, any immediate questions, any immediate office hour kinds of things, let me know, and we will see you fairly shortly. And I'm shutting down the recording. YouTube likes it when we go short.